There is nothing more thrilling in the world than walking through the jungle looking for a tiger and knowing they could be watching you already. Hello, wildlife lovers, and welcome back to the jungles of Terai with Discover Wild Paws. This is episode 2 of the Dudhwa series. For those who are watching this series for lots of tiger sighting, we must warn you. Dudhwa is more than just its tigers. Finding the shy feline in this dense forest is a challenge, and even if we are lucky to find one, capturing these shy beauties on our cameras is the bigger challenge. So let's continue this virtual safari from where we left episode 1. After checking the famous waterbody, where a male tiger is usually seen basking in the sun, we moved further to the deeper ends of the jungle. Our safari was in Zone 1 of the park. Even though there are no official zone segregation, the guides and drivers have allocated numbers to areas to better track big cats. This abandoned house-like structure you see on the left is an old forest jockey. The reason we stopped here is because these abandoned jockeys become favorite hideouts for tigers, leopards and sloth bears, and multiple times tigers have been found resting inside these. As we moved further, we realized that the beauty of this jungle can't be captured on a moving jeep. We have to take a moment and capture the jungle frame to show you all. So here is another Dudhwa frame for all our wildlife lovers. These are the 50 shades of green and brown of the Terai forest. And what's more beautiful than seeing God's most beautiful creation in the greenery of this jungle? Look at these shining stars-like spots, the strong antlers, the innocence on the face. Simply wow. Next, we moved closer to the waterbody. This waterbody flows through Dudhwa and is a lifeline to the animals here. Throughout the year, you can find animals near the banks. Recently, a female tigress was often seen close to this area. Because the grass and trees are tall during winters, it's hard to find her without alarm calls or any movement. But the jungle is a game of patience, and we patiently observed our little friend. This poor fellow either got separated from its pack or had a fight and was thrown out. If there are two living beings in the jungle which know all the secrets, it's the trees and then these monkeys. With their intellect, agility and arboreal nature, they make the perfect fit for the eyes of the jungle. We changed our angle, moved closer to the banks and took a full scan of the area to sense any movement. But it felt like the jungle had gone to sleep, or was it a mirage? Because these banks are full of slippery mud, it's difficult for the animals to come here and drink water. Their foot might get stuck in the mud and they can't run fast enough. Because tigers are not the only danger here. There's another one lurking inside this water. The giant crocodiles, 4 meters in length, 200 kgs in weight and 60 plus teeth, ready to tear the flesh apart in a single death roll. These reptiles are nothing but jaws of death. And mind you, crocodiles are hardcore man-eaters. You can be ignored by a tiger, but a crocodile might not leave that opportunity. Anyway, as the sun started to set, we moved further towards the grasslands. Because it had rained a couple of days ago, the tracks were wet and slippery, and it is hard to find pug marks on these wet tracks. Even if you find one, it's hard to judge how fresh the pug marks are. Moving a little further, we stopped for other jeeps to come and give us some updates. Because your jeep cannot cover the entire jungle alone, the collaboration among guides and drivers is very important. The other driver told us that nobody saw the tiger yet, but a couple of jeeps heard loud alarm calls further ahead. They got tired of waiting and decided to move on, but we could try our luck there. So we rushed quickly to reach the center point, a place where we could see all different 5 roads of the jungle and act according to the alarm calls. Driving on this straight road is easier, and if you find a tiger here, it's a blessing. That's why all great frames of Dudhwa's head-on tigers look so beautiful, because it looks like a symmetry with jungles at both ends, a red-colored road in the center with a yellow feline walking on it. We reached the center and heard alarm calls coming from 2 different roads. The clock was ticking and the safari time was getting over. A lot of times in forest, you get strong alarm calls towards the end of the safari. Sometimes people see a tiger 10 minutes before exiting the park. It hurts to leave the park at that time, but that's the rule of the jungle. The sun felt like a forest inspector, panning the torchlight on us, invaders of the jungle. Because when this inspector, the sun, goes down, the jungle is not safe for us. In fact, it is not safe for anybody, not even the tiger. A lot will change in this forest by tomorrow morning. But what will not change is our love for the wild. This was just day 1, Safari 1 of our Dudhwa trip, and a lot had happened already, and a lot was yet to happen. Tomorrow morning we will start fresh. Before the sun wakes up, we will come back here and track some tigers. If you want to know what happened next, please subscribe to our channel Discover Wild Paws and stay tuned for episode 3. We hope you enjoyed this safari with us. We will be back soon with more such wildlife content. Till then, please keep discovering wild paws.